We're ready to rock then, Federica. Are we good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Okay, let's kick off.
Yes.
Federica, welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's
Thank
an
you for having me.
absolute pleasure to host you for the Your PT pod today. I've genuinely been really excited for this episode. We had to delay it once, didn't we? We
did.
We had a slight delay, but I think what you're going to bring to the table today is a wealth of experience and a real professional edge from a personal training perspective as well. And
thank you.
We've known each other for a short time, but you've been involved with Your PT for a number of years, and I'd really like to explore kind of your journey in the sector and how you stand out as a fitness professional as well, because I think you are a very unique individual.
I like that. I'll take it. Thanks.
There'll be lots of compliments throughout the session.
Oh, this is what I came for, all the way from London.
But listen, should we start off with a little bit about your background?
Yes.
and where the passion for health and fitness came from on your career journey?
Right. My many years ago background. I'm an ex-dancer. I used to dance and teach dance when I was in Italy.
Okay.
And I moved to London when I was 22. The original plan was to go to London, then move to LA, and then go to Japan. And that was sort of what I saw as my progression as a dancer.
Okay.
Came to London, I loved it. I just stayed. And then I started to, you can't really make a living straight away as a dancer when you just move to a place. So I looked for a job and I found a job as a lifeguard.
Okay.
The advert was, can you swim? And I was like, I think so. Let me go. Swim tested, smashed it.
Yeah.
And I became a lifeguard. And then very quickly I moved up the ranks and I then became general manager. And then I decided, I had been with the same company for 9 years, moving up and working in several capacities as a operations manager, front of house manager, sales manager, fitness manager, and then general manager. And then I decided that this company works within the sort of leisure centres. And then I wanted to move on a little bit into the more private sector that at the time was seen as a private sector. So I left and I then worked for other large operators, and at some point I was working, I don't know, can we name
Yeah, of
places?
course. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I then worked as a sales manager for what used to be at the time the Reebok Sports Club.
Yes.
Which is now Third Space.
Yeah.
And when I was there, I worked alongside some world famous bodybuilders, and pretty much everybody around me was doing fitness modeling competition, bodybuilding. So I thought, I might give that a go because I like a challenge. And I started training for a competition. And then I just fell in love with fitness. I mean, I've always had a passion for movement as a dancer, as a martial artist. I have a black belt in karate and I practice Shaolin Kung Fu.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. Don't get me.
Don't
ever come near me when I have a stick in my hand. And then, so doing the competitions, I got this passion for training in the gym, but also observing my coach coaching me. I started developing a passion for coaching fitness to others and just trying to bring people through those barriers and understand your body, trust that you can, resilience and everything that comes with it. Then I moved on a couple of other steps into other operators, and I ended up in Fitness First. Yeah. And I was a fitness manager in charge of all the personal trainers, which were, I think it was the largest in-club personal training team, because I think there was at some point 50 personal trainers in one
50
club.
PTs at one location.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And I was PT manager, but they were all self-employed, so it was quite tricky to manage self-employed people within the branded environment of Fitness First. And then I just decided I wanted to follow the people's journey more. So I left management to become a freelance PT. Yeah. Being in that environment, seeing the others doing it day in, day out, I just wanted to be one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what happened? Then I had a child. I was pregnant. I had my son. And when he was, I think, 2, I was looking for the closest nice gym to work from as a freelance PT. And it happened to be one where I am now. And I joined your PT.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's like that. This is my PT journey up until meeting the best, which was working for YPT.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yes.
That's lovely to hear, and we'll explore that a little bit more. But I mean, there's a whole career captured there in just a couple of minutes, and
yes,
there's some key themes and trends that I tend to see when we're running these podcasts as well, Federica, of successful PTs coming from like a sporting background or a physical background. So it seems like dance was your kind of your route in, and then the transition from having a secure job, being a manager, being an operator. Sometimes people see that as the pinnacle,
yes,
the optimal position to get into the industry. But you've seen that as a stepping stone into becoming a self-employed PT. It's interesting because this is exactly the same journey that I went on, through
Is
operations. Yeah, so I was running health clubs with Isporta back in the day, and I know we were chatting over breakfast this morning. And it just wasn't me. It wasn't fulfilling my true potential or fulfilling me personally. So I took that step out of operations, a guaranteed salary, into self-employed PT. And I think you can learn a lot of lessons on that way that you can apply to your business. So what do you think you developed skills-wise through fitness operations that you now apply to your PT business?
Well, it's exactly that. Is that when you do it that way, you learn about, sales strategies. You learn about how the gym should operate, but also then you can recognize when things are not right, when the environment for the client is not right. You learn discipline because you learn how to go to work on time and to be presentable, to the importance of, for example, wearing your uniform correctly, that sometimes people don't want to do because it's like, why should I? But then if you see it first as a sort of manager point of view and why you instill that into the staff or the people that are working within your environment, then when you're on the other side, you understand that point of view as well. Generally speaking, just like managing a leisure center or managing a gym is not much different from managing yourself, your own brand. In my journey, I've covered so many roles, from front of house to fitness, to junior activities, and I've gained so many skills that I then transferred in my everyday personal training business. Importance of marketing, what works, what doesn't work, and it's definitely, I think that's the way. And as you said, like it's seen as the pinnacle. I remember thinking when I first moved here and then started my career in leisure that I would remember thinking, I really want to be a general manager. I really want to be a general manager. I'll make my mum proud. Because, especially in Italy, they love a title. So, like, she's general manager. And then when I got there, I thought something is missing. And the human connection was missing because I was so consumed. My day was consumed by making sure things were running smoothly that I really didn't I would say hello and good morning to a member. But I didn't really know, is that member doing well? Are they achieving their goals? Is this, I would have a chat, but then I'll have to move on to the next issue. And I wanted to be part of that. I want to change people's lives. This is why I am in this job. But I think you can only understand what you want sometimes when you realize what you don't want. And that's my journey. But it is. I would advise anyone that wants to become a self-employed personal trainer to do a little bit of employed work in a gym or leisure center in whatever capacity, just really understand. So it's very good to start as a fitness instructor, for example, but to take that seriously as well, because I also feel that the role of fitness instructor sometimes can be a little bit lax, as in don't really know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of things they could be doing, and it definitely is a great stepping stone to then really understand on this, and go and then see what the managers are doing, see
Yeah.
what the PTs are doing. Use that time where you have a salary, when you employed, and you have that security when you go sick pay, to really enjoy those days,
Yeah.
so that you can learn everything you can to then move on. And another advice would be to find a mentor.
Yeah.
Find someone that is doing well and that you get on with, and ask them to mentor you and to take you under the wing. I've mentored 2 fitness instructors in my time recently with as a master trainer, and both of them are thriving personal trainers now.
Amazing.
And I could see a glimpse of brilliance in them.
Yeah.
But they also were very open to, and they were the best fitness instructors I believe has ever seen, to be fair, because they were really involved in everything that happened. So
absolutely, and I think there's so much to be said for that, Federica, of investing in yourself, getting some time, as a fitness instructor, to develop, your rapport building skills, to develop your program design and things of that nature. So valuable, and that is a perfect stepping stone into becoming a high performing personal trainer. I think what comes out when I speak to you often is the focus on member experience in gym facilities, but also the importance of a positive team culture.
Yes.
And you've developed positive team cultures in your experience, at Fitness First and clubs of that nature, and also in Better Gym in GLL, where you're currently based. So how important do you feel is it for personal trainers to immerse themselves in the team environment and really stretch to build those relationships? Because often you can see a very much an us and them attitude in facilities. Yeah. So what?
It's vital. I think it's vital. Yeah. There's 2 things to that. There is, the personal trainer being involved in, the larger team in a club. Mm-hmm. Have a good rapport with the management, have a good rapport with the cleaners, the receptionists, the fitness instructors. Help when you can. Be alert and see if I'm usually very proactive in, if I see something needs doing, or I would just go do it, or I would tell somebody something needs doing. So, and then I will appreciate it because I'm helping. Mm-hmm. And so be involved, know everybody's names, say good morning, greet them. It seems like small things, but they are very, very important. Building that rapport, but also building the rapport with your colleagues, personal trainers, because yes, we're all after the clients and we want to make a good business, but we are not competition. Because when you fully understand that by being yourself, you will attract the right client for you, then you also understand that the other personal trainer is not your competition, is your asset. The team around you is your asset. There will be no competition if you, firstly, if you're really good at what you do.
Yeah.
But also if you really, really showcase who you are, why the person should come to you, and then by being positive to your colleagues, then you build an aura around you of great energy, great vibe. The person, the prospective clients see that, can feel that. They can feel that you are smiling with your colleague, that you're happy. If you don't know something well, for example, don't specialize in, I don't know, rehabilitation, but your colleague does, then take away that, bring the client to that colleague. Take away that anxiety you might then start having when you take on a person that you actually know that you can't really deal with, but somebody else can, because the colleague will return the favor.
Yes.
And also create a nice, we in our center, there's a lot of banter between the PTs while we're doing the sessions. It makes it really pleasant for the clients, just get to know each other. Yeah. The clients have a rapport with each other while they're having a session with their personal trainer. It's just a lovely atmosphere. So definitely don't isolate yourself. That's what you need them. And if you go on holiday and you need to leave a client with somebody, just...
Do you do that?
I do particularly do it with my to ex-junior
Yeah.
PTs.
Yeah.
But I would definitely leave some of my clients with them. If the client is happy, I would say, I'm going away. We can either make up the session, or I can leave you with.
Yeah.
And I would probably pick the person that I think would be personality-wise more suited to that specific
Suits their
client.
fitness goals. Yeah.
And I, don't see nothing wrong with that. And also, don't be scared. They're not going to steal the client from you. And even if the client decides to go with them, then so be it. There will be another client that wants to be with you. It's not a big deal. If you know that you can have more people, there will always be a new client coming along.
Yeah, and that's confidence in your ability then as well, Federica. But I think for a lot of maybe inexperienced personal trainers or new PTs to the sector, there's a perception where there might be quite a competitive environment on the gym floor. Yeah. But the reality from your experience is kind of opposed to that. You very much lift each other up, you cross-refer, and that's really, really refreshing.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah.
It really does work.
And do you align yourself with other services as well? So like local physiotherapists or local, healthcare professionals to support your clients? We were talking earlier about longevity, weren't we? But
yes, I'm more and more moving now into sort of placing myself as a well-being coach rather than just a personal trainer. I have a qualification in meditation teaching as well. So like in my programming with my clients, I not only take care of their physical, but I try to take care of their mind, body and spirit, let's say. So that's our holistic approach to that. And more and more I try to place myself in that space between fitness and, to the limit to medical assistance. So, and I then work with a medical doctor that is based in Knightsbridge. So like I will take the client through the journey and looking at their lifestyle and how I can help them sort of take care of themselves in all aspects of their being. And then if things spill a little bit more into a medical intervention as such, then they will just move on to my doctor friend. Let's call it this way. But also I work with, so refer clients to Reiki practitioners, to reflexology practitioners. So there's not only just the traditional medicine, but there's other ways of taking care of the energy systems of the body, in which I believe very much. So there is a network of professionals in different areas. Brilliant. That I work with, and that's like, it gives, because people will ask, do you know a good physiotherapist? Do you know somebody, like, especially now that there's more awareness of how important it is to recalibrate, recharge, restore, rest, and nervous system reset. Like, clients will ask about these things and what does it mean, and then if I can take them through a journey in which, for example, I can lead them through a meditation, I can also say, I can't do Reiki, for example, but I know somebody that's a fantastic Reiki practitioner that I have had Reiki on myself with, safe, and obviously if you do, that's an advice I give, if you do align yourself with someone, another professional in other fields, just make sure that you know full well that they, their background, that they're safe, that they operate in within regulations, and know their background, or just say, my friend is good, or it's good price, or just a deal of referral fees. I don't even take any referral percentages fees or nothing like that. I just really do believe in the individuals, and I believe that they will do well for that person specifically. And
you can trade service for service, can't you, with personal training? So I think that goes a long way to develop that relationship. And weirdly, the fitness industry, like, learning kind of pathway, it's kind of gone full circle. So like years ago, used to combine level 3 with sports massage. So there used to be a lot of crossover activity going on with personal trainers. And it makes sense because you're learning about anatomy and physiology. You can apply it in 2 different ways. recovery and also physical aspect as well. And now it seems that we've gone kind of full circle back to this kind of multidisciplinary approach where you're connecting with different healthcare professionals that can actually serve the client. So it's amazing to see that, Federica, in real life, that the focus is always on the client.
Absolutely. It's so important. I mean, this is what we're there for. It's not just a transaction. It's not just, okay, this is a job that I've decided to do to earn money per hour.
Yeah.
We don't do this for that. We do this because we really, I mean, I hope so anyway.
Yeah.
Because we really, really want to help that person in front of us. But the premise has to be the understanding that the person is a whole. It's not just the body.
Yeah.
And how do we take care of that?
Yeah.
And all these other people come into play. And then that becomes, you create a lifestyle of someone, you instill a different them. They most of the time they come to me, stressed and somewhat detached from their own body, not believing in themselves, like really like lack of confidence in so many ways. Even like high powerful individuals, when they arrive at the point of asking for a personal trainer, it's like, my body cannot do certain things. I think my body cannot do certain things. And then when you dig deep, why is that? And then you can start understanding all the layers of that. Then the moment you see that shift in them starting to believe in themselves a little bit more, to achieve what they never thought they could achieve, and becoming one with their own body, I think it's amazing.
It's
I don't know.
empowering.
I think I diverted a little bit because I got myself lost into how happy it makes me. But so I think what I'm trying to say is, as a personal trainer, trying to look at the person in front of you and understand there is a full individual, and how can you then make this individual have a beautiful, happy, healthy lifestyle. That's your job. And to do that, then you have to upskill yourself.
Well, let's look at that, because I think we're on a really interesting topic here, and it would be remiss not to talk about some of the stuff we do in your PT at the moment. And we were together last week at Level Up in Reading, which is an education event that we put on for personal trainers to level up. And I'm a firm believer that the industry, the profession of personal training, is going to move very much towards your practice at the moment, Federica. So we're going to move to an area where PTs have to be proficient in understanding data, communicating that to their wider audience. They need to be aware of the effects of GLP-1s and the effects on peptides, largely, and recovery mechanisms, things of this nature, because members aren't just coming to us now for physical intervention. They want to know about sleep. They want to know about recovery. So you're already moving into that. But having been to Level Up last week, how relevant, and you can be completely honest on this, how relevant was the education in terms of supporting you and your business in its current state?
It was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. I'm not just saying that because you're in front of me and you organized it, but it was fantastic. Like, the talks were fantastic. And I think in that specific event, there was a great balance between sort of more, I wouldn't say basic, but more day-to-day things to take away from a brand new PT without being overwhelmed by, oh my gosh, the Phil Learning was there, and Phil Learning is like, he's just a legend, right? But that kind of stuff can be quite scary if you're a brand new PT, and then you have this amazing coach telling all these like really technical things, and then we had the thing about greet somebody with a smile. So there was a great level of your bread and butter stuff, and the other level, what was going to make you stand out. And then it was a great ending with Ollie Patrick's talk, which I absolutely adored, because for me it was like fantastic. It was like super relevant. Brilliant. Because he was talking about exactly this, and moving into more of a well-being coaching. So I just wanted to say it was fantastic of you to be able to offer this to your PT personal trainers, because nobody else is doing this in the industry. you would not get that level of talks, the level of in-depth, up-to-date stuff anywhere else, unless you sign up to a webinar. You need to normally you would have to research these things yourself, but for you to be able to research these things yourself, you have to be aware of them in the first place. So if you new to the industry as a personal trainer, you might not even think, oh, let me have a look at what Ollie Patrick or Phil Learning has to say. So for you to be introducing these names and these topics to the personal training was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. I really went home on a high. I was buzzing. I told my husband. And he was like,
calm down.
Calm down. Do you remember that program, Stars in Your Eyes? And it would be, you say, what was his name? Was it Nigel or something? Today, Nigel, I don't know.
Matthew Kelly.
Matthew, was it Matthew? Today, Matthew, I am. And then my husband was like, today, Matthew, I'm a wellness coach. Because every time I encounter something that excites me, then I want to take it to the next level.
Brilliant,
So, as I was telling you earlier when we were at breakfast, I already was setting up a longevity room.
You don't mess around. You do not mess around, Federica. I will give you that.
In my leisure centre. So.
And I'm so grateful to receive that feedback. And I hope the message landed with everyone in the room. So we had over 60 PTs in attendance, which is great to see. But we had everyone from, we had a personal trainer starting with your PT in the front row, who was starting the day later.
Wow.
So she's at the very first step of her career as a PT. And then we got the likes of yourself, seasoned industry professionals, all getting value from that session. So the balance you have to strike is really important. But we do pride ourselves on making sure that everyone gets something from those days.
You nailed it. It was fab.
Yeah, well, it's our 10th one, so we've had a lot of lessons. And we'll continue. We'll continue with this because I agree. I think giving back to the personal training community and having outlets that are free to attend is
and I think
vital.
it's also important as a self-employed to know that there is a team anyway. Because you might end up just again. If you are in a center or a club that maybe is you and another PT. I mean, I'm lucky because I have a big team where I am, but they might just feel isolated, left alone, not understood, not being part of something. But with the way things are now with your PT is you have that sense of I'm part of something. I am an ambassador of this brand, and I can talk to people. And I also love, maybe I'm digressing a little bit, but I also love the WhatsApp groups, the chats, the constant messages. Like they're not too many, but they're like constant enough to know that there's always somebody that's thinking about us. So you will get a message to refocus for the week or something coming from marketing, my favorite department not because they're here right now, but yes. No, it's really great. It feels like a family, I have to say. I really love it.
I think we're aligned in terms of team culture and the importance of that. And you've been involved, Federica, with your PT since 2019. Yes. So you're into your 7th year as a PT.
Just don't calculate.
and I very much recognise you as a high performer, an outstanding personal trainer, and you are such a brilliant ambassador to both Better Gym, the clubs that you operate in, and your PT as well. And you've seen your PT in 2 iterations. Yes. So you've seen the old version.
Yes.
And obviously the takeover in 2020 and how we've evolved in that time. So what stands out to you from like the old your PT to the current kind of format that you work within?
Well, I think originally it was, again, very transactional. It was, here's your license, here's where you're going to be operating from, and your uniform, and off you
crack
go.
On.
Just do what you need to do. There will be a little bit of interaction if there was an issue that needed to be resolved, and that was pretty much it. And I think that was the feel of everyone that I was there at the time. And then there was a transaction period of confusion, and and then it's just it's almost like, well, it is a different company. It flourished, and I've seen this developing more and more over the years. So as a personal trainer, I feel valued now. I feel important. I feel that I have a support mechanism. The onboarding is fantastic. There's your academy opportunities, CPD opportunities. There's so much. Like, it feels that really, as personal trainers, we are at the center of you, James, of your mind. Like, you think about us.
Yeah.
But before, that wasn't the case. Before was,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm getting the rent off you, and that's it.
Absolutely.
Really.
And we lived in that world. So myself and Aaron at the time were operating as like regional PT managers. So you'd have isolated kind of situations where PTs would have a very good experience,
Yeah.
and then other isolated situations where they'd have quite a negative experience.
Yeah.
And I think that's just being transparent and honest. And, you know, I think we've moved forwards quite significantly in that short space of time. And it seems, Federica, that you've kind of observed what's going on, and then you've made a decision to go, do you know what, I'm going to commit. I'm going to start getting involved.
Yes. Yeah.
So what was there kind of a certain moment or a certain activity that we were running that you thought, oh, do you know what? That's a bit of me. I could get involved in that, because you do lots now with your PT, which is great.
I'm here all the time. I can't actually remember what it was, but yeah, it's true, because I would never have got involved before. I was just doing my thing, and I don't know. I can't remember.
Or was it just the repetition, the fact that, you know, you've been involved?
There was one
constantly,
specific
or
thing
being
I thought,
invited?
I really want to be part of this. But I don't know. James, do you remember what was the first thing that we did together? I can't remember.
It was probably coming to a
I mean,
big
the
industry event.
performance.
So
Yeah, maybe it was the panel, the being invited to the VIP panel was probably like, oh wow, yeah. Firstly, thank you, and I thought that was fantastic. But I think before then, I was starting to feel more and more involved, and then I was part of the photo shoot. And I thought also saw one of my best friends, colleagues, Becky. She was in
that's right.
one of the previous shoots. And I thought, yeah, that's cute. And I think I just started to see that we were part of it.
Yeah.
It felt part of it. I think it was I don't think there was like one specific moment. It was almost like organically, naturally drawn towards this new energy. And that's how I operate most of the time. If it feels right, if it feels like good vibes, good. I'm on.
I'm always interested to get the feedback, because I think, you know, new PTs now coming into your personal training, they don't know any different.
Yeah.
But I am always mindful of the personal trainers who've been with the brand for a while that might be missing out on certain opportunities. So looking at where the connections are made and what stands out, what's important to PTs who've been around for a while.
And I can tell you that even like PTs that have been around for a while that kind of have never been involved before, seeing me involved, they have been thinking, oh, I was one of the, and then I've been advocating for how good things are that they can see.
Yeah.
So people that have been, I have colleagues that have been with YPT the same amount of time with me, or that they've also been saying, oh yeah, things are really different now. Yes, I understand that. I'm going to go that they're joining the level, the light level ups online, or nominating themselves for PT of the quarter, people that would never have done it before. So it's definitely things have changed. And I'm not saying that they're doing because I'm doing it, but being modest. But like, it's like, if Fed is involved, surely there must be good people, because I only get involved with good people.
Amazing. No, that's fantastic. And I appreciate the kind of feedback and sentiment there as well, Federica. And you stand out as a super high quality personal trainer.
Thank you.
In actual fact, I've observed that you actually go the extra mile. You run your business, and you're very professional around running your business. So you've got some like admin support, and you've got an assistant, and also you pay a lot of attention to PR.
Yes.
So you're not afraid of being involved in articles and getting your name out there. So how important has that been for you, developing your business and developing your brand?
Yeah, I think, I really do believe in the importance of PR, and starting with the very basic of PR as in word of mouth.
Yeah.
So to take that is PR in itself, like it's at its most basic form, how you conduct yourself, what you look like, what you look like when you're on the gym floor, how does your social media look. And I'm not saying you have to like have a lot of content going on, but what do you put out there, what's the image you give out. So like that's a little bit of beginning of PR. And then I have a PR agent because I believe in, if I want to take my name out there, people are not going to know I exist unless I let them know, right?
Yeah.
So, and I used to read magazines and see articles, and there was always been, we asked experts such and such about this thing. And I always thought, why can't that be me? Because I'm pretty sure I know the same as them.
Yeah.
And it's because they have a PR agent, or because they are maybe there's platforms in which you don't even need to have an agent, but you can subscribe to platforms where there will be requests from publications and magazines that they say looking for a PT to comment on this, and then you can submit your answer, and then they will pick whose answer they want, and then they will publish you. So you can do that with by yourself, or you can do it with an agent. But I think then what happens is, you start building a name for yourself. The publications know that you will submit your work on time, that is good quality.
Yeah.
Obviously, before they pick you, they would check you out.
Yeah.
So again, it goes back to make sure that whatever is out there about you is of a certain quality.
Yes.
And then you start becoming, and you can take your own personal brand to the next level. And does that translate in more business? It can be, but also it brings you into other things like launch events, places where you can network. You don't know where you're going to be meeting next. It could be your next high net worth client, or it could be the next connection for you to then move on to something else.
Yeah.
Collaborations with brands. So, this is we in that social media era where everybody wants to kind of, or feels like being an influencer is the way to go. But you can influence your environment, your industry in other ways.
Absolutely.
And PR is I think is one of the most important part of that. So I'm lucky that my PR agent is also a really good friend of mine that understands me. I think there's also important that if you do go through the route of spending money on that, it's with someone that understands the industry, understands you, what's special about you, and your approach to, in our case, to fitness, to well-being. Because if they don't understand, then they won't align you with the right publication, with the right articles, with what you want to put out there.
And I think that's important to be authentic throughout that as well. You see many influencers just jump from topic to topic because it's current. But it's important to retain that integrity. I think with this as well, and it shows me, Federica, that you take your business extremely seriously. And there's two folds there. There's a benefit to new opportunities opening up through PR, and also I'd imagine for your client base, they're very proud to be associated as well, which is amazing.
Sometimes they come across an article with my name on. I saw you in the article. It's good for them to know that
100%.
their personal trainer is, a known expert in the field, because obviously it's nice. It's nice for them, especially because my particular client base is of people of good position in life, as you may say. So they like to know that their PT is doing well.
Absolutely.
In life.
Yeah, of course, because we build up really strong relationships with our clients, don't we? And it, often a PT client relationship becomes like a friendship, and you want to build each other up and support each other, on your personal missions as well. So I'm not surprised that is the feedback from your community. And what sort of media have you been involved with, Federica? Has it been mostly written articles?
Many written articles. I've been featured in GQ, Women's Health, Metro, Cosmopolitan. I'm currently writing something for magazine. Millionaire magazine did a 4-page spread on me once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes. But yeah, mainly is articles. And I go to a lot of events. I mean, now
Yes.
sometimes I turn them down because, because social life gets a little bit in the way of family life.
Yeah.
But lots of events, launch events, and I find that very nice.
Yeah.
Get collaborations requests for different brands.
Yeah.
Not always saying yes because not everything aligns. I mean, I have a few goals with regards to the next level of my PR journey, and this is the beginning of
course.
one of my new goals, because I really want to participate in more podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to take that further to more public speaking. So this is what we're working on with my PR at the moment, into going into festivals and industry and non-industry events and talk.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Amazing. No, perfect. And again, we're excited to support that journey as well.
Thank you.
I think you tend to find when you've been in the sector for a while, it's quite a small industry.
Yes.
So getting your name out there, it travels very quickly, which is amazing. And you touched on kind of family life and blending a busy schedule with family. I know your son is a talented footballer.
He is.
And that is, absorbs a lot of time and attention.
Yeah.
But, you're running a household, you're looking after a family and running a highly successful business. How do you manage your sort of work-life balance?
I mean, that's the difficult part for me, because I am a workaholic. I like working.
Okay.
I like being busy, and I like to keep myself busy. I last year opened a studio as well as was working so I was working 2 full-time jobs, running 2 businesses, and then I realized that actually I wasn't spending much time at home. And one day when I went home and I just saw my son falling asleep, and I thought, I've only seen him 10 minutes today, I decided that I needed to close my studio. Because you have to understand sometimes that you don't need to prove everything or anything to anyone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's your ego talking, thinking, I need to do more to prove myself that I can do all of this.
Yeah.
And there is value in stopping, slowing down, and reprioritizing. So I closed the studio, not because it wasn't going well, it actually was about to really take off.
Yeah.
But because I wanted to spend more time at home. So I've also reviewed my working hours, because I am known to be a person that can do back-to-back sessions from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. non-stop.
Yeah.
And I would just say yes to clients taking on more. Now I have a waiting list. So I've reduced my working hours. I don't work evenings anymore. And if a space comes up, people can join the waiting list. And I have had people on the waiting list waiting for a few months to train with me. Then they can take up the space. So I don't say now yes to everything.
Yeah.
And it's working. It's working well. It's working for. Obviously, I have a very supporting husband at home, which is that stable, because you might have realized I am like that opportunity catcher. I will go and yes, I'm gonna do this, and then my husband is that person that is like, okay, I'm
Grounded.
here, just everything is gonna be calm, and you go and do your thing. So definitely that, but also one thing that I do and I believe in and I tell my clients to do is nervous system reset. So I have a busy day, I can do 10 clients back to back, then I meditate, and I go home and I do all my quiet things. I really believe in sort of strength and stillness is just yin and yang.
Yeah.
So I take care of my inner self by doing things like meditation, breath work, gong baths, all this kind of stuff. That helps me deal with stress, but also helps me reset and again look at my schedule with different eyes. But then, and that prevents that burnout. But definitely, from a more practical point of view, is about write down your priority. Like, write down everything that you need to be doing, your priorities, what it really matters, and focus on that. And then allocate time for everything.
Yeah.
Because, you know, family time has to have, you need to have a certain amount of hours.
Yeah.
And, you know, your own time has to have a certain amount of hours. And your clients, setting boundaries with clients, communication.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have an assistant. Because my lovely Mina, she not only takes the bookings, but she's the one that does the back and forth and, you know, some of the communication in the evening where I don't want to be communicating.
Exactly, yeah.
And or if I'm, before what I used to do, like I would be in a session and would messages would come on my WhatsApp and I would just quickly look at them and then I'll reply to that later, and then I will find myself panicking because I either forgot to reply or there was too many to deal with. So you never switch off.
Yeah.
So I have a little help. I'm not saying everybody can afford the help, but also I would like to say, be so good and be so successful that you can then afford to hire a little bit of help for yourself. 100%. So, Again,
it
sorry, I'm like, I don't know, I talk a lot.
It's brilliant, and it makes my job easier as well.
I was say, my gosh, take it over.
There's a real powerful lesson in there around knowing your own body's limitations, and retaining control, and getting that balance, you know, in your working schedule. So, you know, I think it's a brave kind of step to sort of acknowledge that, but also it just shows that, you know, the psychological element, you know, in running a business and running a family, and, you know, being present is so important as well. So it looks like you've managed to regain. Yes.
I feel like I kind of lost it a little bit in a year, just to chase a dream of what I thought was going to make me happy. Because for having my own studio has always been a thing for me. I just wanted to have my own studio because I manage leisure centres for everyone else, and I was thinking, I can manage these massive places, I can surely manage my own place. And to be fair, that space has done a lot of good for a lot of people, for myself, and then everybody participated, because it was mainly a meditation and well-being place where we did, you know, fantastic work in the year that been open. It was beautiful. But also, again, like I said earlier, doing certain things makes you realize what you don't want. And I don't want to be an absent parent. I don't want to be an absent wife just for the sake of my own ego, again, just to say, yes, look at me, I can run 20,000 businesses and spin plates. And so
and like you said earlier, you being burnt out it's not going to support your family. It's not going to support your clients. You need they all need the best version of you. And getting that stability, that work-life balance. It's the beauty of being a self-employed PT, because you can put the brakes on and you can ramp things up as and when you might need to. So it definitely gives you that flexibility. And looking at that and your overall kind of philosophy, I guess, Federica, how would you define your personal training philosophy? So from a member experience perspective and what you hold true to in your belief system, how would you define your PT philosophy?
I think just strength and stillness is the key message. Is going beyond the burn, as in like the burn of the reps. It's not just about that go hard and go home or go home philosophy, which I have a background in, you know, in bodybuilding from before, and that was all the rage before, wasn't it? It was if you don't smash yourself in a workout, you haven't done it. Now is about really, like, my philosophy is yin and yang, is the strength and the softness. So my approach to training is understanding, reading the room, reading your client, and what do they need today, and, you know, definitely not sticking to a strict programming that you can't divert from. But like, be flexible. It flows, you know. Like, it's all like I think my brand is all about the flow, and
Yeah.
it's a flow of energy, and it's the flow of life. And my style of personal training is that. So I'll make sure you work out. Don't think it's soft, because it's not going to
Absolutely,
be
yeah,
soft.
yeah.
But is just the right amount of work that person can give me at that moment in time.
Yeah.
I will bring my client, slightly beyond that.
Yeah.
And then I reset them, and
Yeah.
then I reset the nervous system. And this is why it's so important. Sometimes I hear personal trainers saying, stretching. Oh, don't worry about stretching. It's not that important because it doesn't really do much for your muscles. It's not about that, is it? It's about what does it do to your nervous system.
Yeah.
So you brought it up with the training. You have to bring it back down. It's all about balance.
Yeah.
So strength and stillness.
I love that. That's fantastic. Strength and stillness it's a lovely way to convey to your audience, what you're all about as well. So it captures the imagination very well. And on the training philosophy side, going back to Level Up last week, I did observe there was a chap there with his own brand of T-shirt, and on the back the motto was "Go hard or go home."
Oh my God! Please
and
don't.
my toes curled slightly.
more.
I did, for what it's worth, I did take some time just to
Bless.
have a conversation with the gentleman, and he was fairly new to the industry, and I asked a few questions, and training philosophy was one of them.
Yeah.
And he was an expert in like weight loss, and he was an expert in like fitness and nutrition, very well versed and very well qualified.
Yeah, yeah.
But that strap line was doing him a disservice.
Yeah.
So we had to talk about that, hopefully refine it slightly.
Yes. Because also this, weight loss, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to move on from that as well. I mean, the way the industry is gone is about, like, the why has changed. People don't come to us anymore. I mean, you will get the initial consultation is like, I want to lose weight. But it's not only that, is it? Is I want to feel better, I want to feel more confident. And
of course, yeah.
now we have weight loss jabs, so it's very easy. Weight loss is easy. Yeah. So what else do we offer? We offer that space where, because if you approach it with this go hard or go home, most of the time you're going to have to go home. Because how many of them are going to go hard? Not everybody has that push through mentality, the elite training mentality. Not everybody is a high-rocks athlete, or not everybody is like a crossfitter, a bodybuilder. So we here for the wider population, and the wider population is a population that needs care and kindness, as well as support. Make them confident, because then they're set up for failure. You're setting up for failure just with that sentence.
Of course,
The all no excuses thing. Excuses are valid. Everybody has. But why is the excuse not valid? Just because, I hate when I see on social media that they post 101 years old lady running an ultra marathon. Okay, that's one individual in how many?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's fantastic. Well done to her.
Yeah.
But also, I can't ask my mom, who's on oxygen 24/7, to be running a marathon at the same age. And why should I make her feel less than?
Yeah.
It's the same as postnatal. You just bounce back onto your body, and people see examples of women that, no excuses, the baby here and the weight on the other side. I mean, I was one of them. Like, I was using my son as a way, but I'm also a fitness professional.
Yes.
So when somebody comes to me postpartum, I have to look at the individual and understand, do I want to make this person feel that they're going to fail day one?
Yeah.
Or do I want them to achieve something even in that first session or the second session, every little small thing, the fact that they even just showed up, the fact that they put their shoe. Some people have depression and they struggle to get dressed in the morning, let alone go hard or go home. Send them home, they're not coming back out.
They're not coming back out. You're going to be put off for life. But
don't do it, PTs. Don't do that go hard, go home thing. I mean, they got to go back and dig into my social media and find all those things where I was saying.
When you were doing it at the start,
but
you learn your lessons.
But that was
Federica.
me 20 years ago.
It's such a raw, kind of realistic approach to what you deal with as a fitness professional. I think we're often presented with a broad fitness objective. So I want to achieve weight loss or I want to run a marathon, but it's never really that.
No.
When you dig into the detail, there's a lot of like psychological stuff to unpick, and there's a lot of physical stuff that you need to get acquainted with as well to put that member on a lifelong journey. This fantastic again with that, and I just we're coming to the end, Federica, of the episode.
I want to talk for 5 more hours.
I haven't covered half of my questions. So we're coming to the last part of the episode here, Federica, and all your wisdom has been amazing today. Having a high performing personal trainer sitting in front of me, I got to ask the question of, in your opinion, what traits or non-negotiables should a personal trainer set if they're going to become a high performer?
I think the most important thing is to be a good listener, like an active listener. You know, I think you hear a lot about active listening, but to really understand what that means, it means you listen with your ears, but with your eyes, with your body, understand and hear the person in front of you.
Yeah.
If you do that, then you will know what that person needs and you will be able to give, hopefully, to them. But also to keep on learning. Yeah. I mean, a good personal trainer doesn't think that they know it all. They keep on learning and researching, taking on courses. I am currently enrolled in 3 courses. I do 3 courses at a time, every single time. Because, I mean, there's knowledge out there to be had. There's research to think, listen, and don't stop learning. That's very, very important. Confidence without arrogance, I think, is also important. And to be, I mean, basic but important, well presented, professional at all times, welcoming, and kind. But then again, you know, and then we have the, you know, be organized. But then the non-negotiable for me is about understand people and be in this profession for the love of helping people, not for the love of the money that it might bring. Because, I mean, let's not, you know, it could be a lucrative profession in a way, but don't be in that for that. So I don't know if that answered your question.
It does, absolutely, and we believe that lifelong learning is essential for personal trainers. I think the industry's evolved in the last 5 years more than it has in the last 20. So learning now is critical. And keeping on top of trends and being kind of in the weeds of, you know, what's going on and what consumers are asking for is absolutely vital. So I think they're all valid.
And on that, on being able to hold a conversation with somebody about things, so like sort of keep yourself up to date with events and things that happen, because you've been asked a question, and even if you don't know the precise answer, you need to be able to at least carry on a conversation with your client about it. And then may say, I'm going to look into that, research that, but there's a lot of small talk, isn't there, in this job. So don't just bubble up into what your interests are and what you like, but know that you will meet people that like and have interest in other things, and you need to be able to talk about those things with them, because it's about them. There's
an art to being a real
definitely
top personal trainer, and having that rapport and understanding, you know, people's emotions and things of that nature is absolutely vital. But I don't disagree with any of them, and I think actually what you said there, Federica, is basics, and the basics, to get them right is so important. You find now, especially with the age of social media and things of that nature, everyone thinks they have to be, you know, online doing 100 videos a day and all this sort of stuff. But actually, if you're in a gym environment, you've got a warm audience. They're there.
So be approachable. That's another thing I say. Like, be approachable. Look approachable. And then that doesn't mean look like you're slacking. Like, professional and approachable. Be the I find this happens to me all the time. I'll be with my client, I'll be walking in a gym floor, and people come and ask me all sorts of things that have to do with not even my job. Might could be something. So be that person that people look at, and I want to go talk to her because she might be able to help. She looks like she's going to help me, whatever the question may be. It could be like, where's the locker, for example. But fun enough, there could be, I don't know, 10 trainers, members of staff. They'll come to me, and then that starts our conversation. So again, I know I talk about energy a lot, but like, it's about your own positive energy. Cultivate a positive energy within yourself that is felt and seen on the outside. So take care of your inner self, I would say, PTs.
Yeah. And you're setting the standard there as well, aren't you? And we talked earlier about team culture.
Yes.
And if you're setting the standard, then everyone else will
smile.
will
it seems like nothing, but smile. Please do smile.
Yeah. and you're right what you say about put the client results at the forefront of everything. So I'm a firm believer the finances will look after themselves if you get the client results.
If they're happy, then you don't even have to worry about money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Will come.
And that brings me on. So as part of the podcast, Federica, we always like to give the final words to the guest. So the final question is client centered. So it's not always a linear journey. There are speed bumps in the road. When your clients tend to move off track, what's the tips and tricks you've learned over the years to keep them on track or get them back to that positive direction?
Well, I think celebrate the small wins, and that is on a daily basis. Every time you see them, remind them of how far they come. And it might not be a PB. It could be, do you remember how, I don't know, you couldn't put your hand like this in a press up? Something. There will always be something that they're doing better that day that they don't even realize that they couldn't do before. So remind them of that, but also instill in them the understanding that this is a lifetime journey, and that comes at consultation point where, like, when I present what the journey is gonna be with me, is not gonna be, I'm not gonna give you 12 weeks transformation weight loss. We're gonna journey together through a new you, a new lifestyle. So this has to become who they are. And then they can't do otherwise. They can't do without, because it's part of their new life, new routine. Don't make exercise, fitness a punishment. It's not a punishment. It's not a trade-off for the donut you've eaten. Don't make them feel guilty about straying off slightly. Make them want to come back, because the new person that they have become now is the person that goes to the gym, is the person that does fitness, is the person that takes the steps instead of the lift, that does a workout at home, that goes on a hike instead of going for a pint, So it is about working on that from the very beginning. Keep them on track by telling them they're doing well. Yeah,
absolutely. And what a phenomenal role model all your clients have got as well, looking up to you, and
especially with the donut eating.
Yeah, the queen of donut eating.
Indeed. Hiding away with cookies.
Thank you so much, Federica.
Thank you,
It's
James.
been an absolute honour hosting you today. You've been an amazing guest.
It's been an honour to be here. Thank you.
As I fully expected, and I'm really excited for the future as well. So we're really excited at your PT to continue our relationship and supporting the next step of your journey.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited as well. Things to come, and thank you for all your support and for this opportunity. My first podcast.
Is it really?
It is indeed. Well, so you started me off. Now I see the stars.
I'm sure there'll be an episode 2 further down the line as well.
Let's go. Book it in now.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Federica.
much. Thank you.